Okay, so a while back I was mentioning, I think in one of our vlogs, or was it Vlogmas, that it might be interesting to discuss an emotional state. That's right, there was a program on the radio which was all about empathy. And it made me think about people I know who are more empathetic than others. And I think emotional states are they're quite, you know, they can mean such different things to different people. And in a way, a lot of conflict or issues, I think, that emerge in any relationship can be based on having very different ideas of what something or an emotional state is. For example, happiness. Happiness, everywhere you look at the moment, it's the beginning of the year, you know, and if you think what's at the back of vloggery, what's at the back of weight loss and New Year's resolutions and all these kinds of things, it's
people want to be happier.
Yeah, people want to be happy. And I always remember years ago, you know, I remember one of the commissioners or the controller of the BBC saying, if you could deliver us a programme that simply says on the tin, how to be happy.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and we spent just eons of time and money trying to find all sorts of ways. Many of them we thought were very good. But, you know, what is it that makes happiness? So we thought we'd float a few thoughts about together now, but we'd quite like to get all of our, what are we calling our subscribers now?
Well, when they're watching the vloggery, they're the vlogurettes.
The vlogurettes. But this is, I think we might call this playlist an emotional chat.
Like it.
Get it? Because we'll do anger, we'll do hate, we'll do jealousy, we'll do bitterness. But all those sorts of things. But happiness, I mean, when I say happiness, what springs into your mind? What do you go to when you think of what makes you happy?
I immediately feel happiness when you say it.
Do you? The word happiness makes you happy?
I immediately feel happy.
Do you?
I feel light. I feel like I want to jump, run in poppy fields, just happy.
Do you know what
I can access happiness quite. So I can decide to be happy, and then I'm happy. If you think about it, what that is, I must have been born to be a TV presenter.
Yeah, I mean, because you need to bounce around being happy, don't you?
Yeah, so I can, it's not that I fake it, it's I can access it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Because I sometimes see when you're on television, and I've worked with you loads, and I've directed you a lot, and I sometimes think, where the hell does she find this stuff called happiness? Because I hear the word happiness, and I immediately feel the weight of it on my shoulders.
Where your response.
I feel like it's like...
And yet, when you're happy, when you're in a happy state, I don't know anyone that can reach those levels of happiness.
But I wonder, and I sometimes think, that happiness isn't a state that you can consciously occupy or arrive at. Happiness just happens, and I wonder if that's why hap is at the front of happiness.
Like haphazard.
Or happening. It's a happening. I genuinely wonder, and this is an invitation out, because what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go live at some point over the next week or so, and we're going to have a chat with you guys. We'd like you to share with us what your thoughts on happiness are.
In whatever way. Do you want more of it? Do you not really think it's a thing? Kay always says she thinks it's overrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can we have more of it? Were you unhappy and now you're happier? Did you used to be happy and now you're desperately unhappy? That's off frittato, almost ready. Just tell us. Yeah, leave some comments below, because then that will kick off our conversation.
That will kick off our conversation, because happiness, you know, people often say that you know, money can buy you happiness.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
And, you know...
But it can take away some of the pressures that might be disallowing you.
Absolutely.
But I've met so many rich people that are the most miserable people on earth.
Well, and lottery winners, you hear a great amount of unhappiness creeps into people who have suddenly have loads of money. But happiness around health, happiness in terms of family. You know, happiness, we can easily access happiness, we think, by having a drink, by taking drugs.
We think we can shortcut to happiness. Yeah.
And so do you think happiness is, I'm curious to know, is happiness overrated? There's a huge business, there's big business. I mean, years ago, we pitched an idea, in fact, for you and Julia, your sister, to travel the world, test driving all the different ways in which people try and find happiness. And that could be from meditation to massage, to working with animals, to all sorts of things that, you know, will find you happiness. So what makes you happy? I want to know what makes most of our vlogateers or subscribing friends or whatever we call you, what makes you happy? Because I know that if I run at happy too directly, it evades me all the time.
But anyway, let us know what you think so we can have a good old chin.